If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is December the 14th, 2022, and today the topic is Trust the Director. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Not too much to report from yesterday. I ended up running some errands because, or better known as, doing a race, what I'm saying, hustling in the streets, ended up doing that yesterday because a interview that I was supposed to do got rescheduled and stuff like that. So I had some free time, went and did that, took my little guy. I did maybe 4 trips, and then he's like, I'm tired. So we ended up coming on back home, and then your girl got some rest, and then, by the time I woke back up, I chit-chatted with a friend, chit-chatted with my mom, things like that. And so that's what my day looked like yesterday. I'm excited about what I have to share this morning, or at least what the Lord was showing me this morning. I woke up around 1:29. And I did, do my whole thing. Like, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to go back to sleep. So I did that or whatever. And so I woke up at the sound of my alarm. I listened to the prayer meditation. At some point this morning, the phrase, get your house in order, came in my mind. I'm like, okay, Lord, so that was one thing. And, yeah, so I guess with that on my mind, and plus the verses that I came across when I looked up 129, yeah, that's where this idea of trusting the director comes from. And to me, it kind of reiterates some things that the pastor was saying on Sunday as well. So we'll see how much of that I share with you guys. But, yeah, trust the director, y'all. Trust the director. So the first verse that I came across this morning was Genesis 1:29. It says, then God said, I will give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. So, when I'm reading that, I know that that's referring to Adam and Eve in the garden, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, But I decided to go a little bit deeper, and I ended up watching the Bible Project, their video called Understanding the Book of Genesis in Under 16 Minutes, Part 1. I ended up listening to that, and that just kind of gave me a deeper understanding of what was being said in that verse that I just read. And what I received is that basically at that time, and maybe even now, God had set a certain order, right? He had said, hey, I have this for you to eat. I want you to do this, X, Y, and Z. Now, obviously, he gave us all a choice, or Adam and Eve in particular at that time gave them a choice to either go by what he was saying and what he had already provided and all those different things, or choose their own way. And we know what happened. They decided to choose their own way, right? But I mean, I guess what I'm saying today is that I guess it behooves us to trust the director. Like, I know we may not be in that particular exact scenario, right? But I think God is still asking us every day to trust him. God is still asking us every day to understand that he has a plan. He has everything planned out to the T. And so either we trust him and walk in that, or we continue to try to go our own way. I know I shared yesterday some of my testimony regarding like when I was going my own way and how that felt and things like that, and why I'm at the place where I'm at now to be like, all right, Lord, well, whatever you want to do then. And again, I know it's a process, it's not the easiest thing to do to trust this unseen God, and to some people, unknown God, right? and everything like that. But for people that are, again, claiming to be believers, then again, let's trust the director. What was reiterated to me on Sunday is that, we need to remember that God has a plan, and that his plan has always included us. Sometimes we might feel like we were forgotten. We might feel like, man, there's, no one loves me. We might feel alone, whatever the case is, and all these different things. But if we can remember in those moments that, hey, I am here for a reason. I was created for a reason, for some purpose, and not just for whatever the current situation is. But I think, again, that's where acknowledging God comes in. Because, again, if we're not acknowledging God, then it's easy for us to fall into that, cycle, and even lie that, no one cares, no one, there's no meaning to my life, or any of those things. So just a reminder, let's trust the director. I mean, again, he had a plan from the beginning, and even when they failed, he still had a plan. That was another thing that listening to that video this morning kind of reminded me of, that, about, obviously the snake and the how can I say? They said it much better on the Bible Project's video. Basically, the man that would crush the head of the snake, and the snake would bite the heel of the man. We know that's referring to Jesus as well, when we go deeper and stuff like that. But yeah, even in their falling, even in their failing, even when they decided to go a different route than he had offered them, there still was a plan, and so I'm just saying, trust the director, y'all. That's all I'm saying this morning. So let me keep going, because I got a few more verses for us this morning. Now, there was another verse that I came across with 129, and that was Philippians 129, and it says, "For unto you it is given in the behalf of Christ, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake." So, now this might be a side note, or whatever, maybe it goes hand in hand with the conversation of trusting God, but maybe not, I don't know. But, this was another verse that I came across, and I think for me, it really stood out, and I'm sharing it because, again, when we think about the ultimate plan of God and how Jesus was part of that plan and everything for all of us, then, yeah, I mean, I guess it was just interesting to see that verse come up in the midst of 129, to know that, not only is, it's important for us to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake. That might be Pope. We might not like that part. But just something to think about. Just something on the side to think about. But anyway, let's get back to this whole thing about trusting the director. So Psalm 32:8, it says, "I will instruct you and lead you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you." This reminded me of something that, again, the pastor was sharing on Sunday. He gave this example in the midst of the sermon, and he was saying how there was this director that Michael Jackson was working with, and they were doing some type, I don't know if it was a live show or video or whatever the case is, they was doing something along that lines, and he had gave Michael the instruction to, when you put your foot down at a particular moment, I'm going to light the path, and it's going to look like you're lighting the path when you took the step, but obviously it was, the director, right? And the interesting thing was, when he gave that example on Sunday, he was saying like how sometimes in instances like that, the director has another point of view than the person on stage. So for example, if Mike was on stage and he's like, well, what does that mean? I'm just going to step forward. What, it may not look like anything to him in that moment, but with the director, right, lighting it and whatnot and doing the thing at the particular time, to the audience, it looks like Mike stepped and the light is going. Now again, Pastor did a much better job of explaining that on Sunday and breaking that down. But I think I was reminded of it this morning when I came across this verse, because again, there is the verse in the Bible that says that he will light our paths. Like he will show us which way to go. He will, you know, I mean, even in this verse here, it says, I will instruct you and lead you in the way you should go. So, again, we need to trust him, right? Because at the end of the day, he has a perspective that we don't have. He can see everything from the beginning to the end. And, you know, when we're going through life, we may not fully understand. I feel like we've been talking about this all week, y'all. I feel like we've been talking about this all week. That we may not fully understand everything. And I mean, again, I am a living testimony of that as well. I don't fully understand everything that's happening in my life, or maybe that has happened, but I'm definitely appreciative. You know, I'm definitely at a place where I can appreciate everything that I have. I can appreciate everything that I see God doing with me, for me, and through me. And that's why I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm cool with just trusting the director. Like, you know, I'm cool just being like, all right, well, Lord, what you want to do? That doesn't stop me from planning. That doesn't stop me from writing down the visions and all those different things, you know, and getting ideas and stuff like that. I mean, as long as the Lord provides me with those things, I've been trying to write those things down and stuff. It doesn't stop me from that, but it does stop me from worrying and stressing and you know, this whole idea when I was going my own way and trying to figure things out on my own. I don't have those stresses anymore. Like, even with I mean, I know I talk about this job and finance thing a lot, but to me, this is just very significant. It's just like blowing my mind every day that, like, your girl has not worked a regular job since 2019. Like, I used to work at like what, 2018. I was working my stuff, I think, and then I was also working for another company. Before that, I was working maybe with 2 companies. Like, I was always doing all of these multiple things, trying to make ends meet, as they say, and still feeling like, man, I don't have enough to do the things that God wants me to do. And then lo and behold, here comes 2019. That was life changing for me. You know, I was already in the pandemic before y'all was. But yeah, 2019 was a struggle. Like, I was barely working at all, like barely. And somehow I was able to open a venue, pay people, rent the venue, do all the little renovations that we was doing. So much stuff happened in 2019, y'all. And it didn't make no sense at all. I'm like, Lord, you told me to go get a venue. Now I can't even do no shows in it. Like, what are we doing? Like, and stuff like that. I didn't understand. I didn't see. But then 2020 rolled around, y'all. And things started to become a little bit more clear. Like, the fact that my business was up to date, all of my things was up to date to be able to, you know, when they was helping out businesses and stuff in 2020, I could submit my business alongside everybody else's because all of my things was up to date. And because of 2019, like, to God be the glory, man. Like, it's okay to, like, not know. I know it's a struggle because Lord knows I be trying to, you know, I don't think I'm a micromanager because I hate that. Like, I hate when somebody's micromanaging me. You know, so I don't think, I think I trust people in their positions. Y'all can ask my team how they feel about me and if they feel like I micromanage them. But I know that, for example, like, what was it, last year? I think it was last year when I went for my birthday trip. And I didn't plan anything. I let my family and friends plan everything. And it was weird. Like, it was so weird to not be in that position, you know, to not be planning anything. Because I'm so used to being the one planning stuff. And, but I was trying to hold back. I was making suggestions here and there, like making or letting them know what I wanted, because I was like, I just want y'all to know that this is what I like. But y'all plan it, and it just was a weird place to be in. And so same thing with God, you know, we may be in that same boat. Like, Lord, okay, I trust you, but let me turn this way. Oh, okay, no, I trust you, but let me take the pen real quick. Let's stop, man. Let's try to stop doing that and try to just trust the director and trust what he's doing and go with his plan, because it's again the most free thing I've ever done in life. And that's all I can really tell y'all about that. But anyway, let me share a little bit more with y'all. Let me see. Proverbs 24:27. It says, prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field. And after that, build your house. Ooh, like, I don't even know, like, when I wrote that, it stood out to me this morning. And I think it stood out because, again, that whole get your house in order thing, you know, before I started studying or whatever. So it reminded me of that. But even as I'm reading it now, it's telling us, you know how we do everything the opposite of what the Bible say. We really do. Like, when you get a house, like, when you build a house, you usually build a house and then you do everything else. That's how we do stuff. But this is literally telling us here it tells us, prepare your work outside, get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Man, like, which on one hand, that's kind of, I don't know if I say revolutionary, but that's, I don't know, it's blowing my mind right now, because if you do that, that's providing provisions for you to build a house. That's great. Like, am I the only one thinking that? That's so interesting. Hey, well, y'all can marinate on that. I'm just saying it's very interesting to me right now as I think about that. I'm gonna read it again. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Man, all right. Well, y'all can do what y'all will with that, I guess. Philippians 4:19, it says, "And my God will supply every need of yours according to His riches and glory in Christ Jesus." At the end of the day, trust the director, y'all. Again, feel like I keep saying this, but here it is again, y'all. I feel like if we really, really take hold of this concept that God has created every single thing, everything I see, me, my family, my house, but anything that I see is something that God created. Yeah, we can be like, okay, well, man made, blah, blah, blah. But who gave man the idea to do that? Like, I just, God created everything, right? And so I think if we get that understanding in our hearts and minds, then maybe it should make it easier for us to trust Him. Because it's like, all right, well, Lord, you done planned everything else out. You got me here, so what you want me to do? Like, I pray y'all take on, the mindset that I have gathered over the years regarding all of this. I mean, y'all can go deeper. Pretty much anything that I came across is in the go deeper section, including that video. The description of it is there, so you guys can just Google it or look it up on YouTube and stuff like that to go deeper about Genesis and everything like that. But the Bible verse of today is Philippians 4:4. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice." So there you go, y'all. That is ultimately the juice this morning. I want to give y'all some announcements really quickly. As y'all know that, your girl's doing an end of the year giveaway. I'm trying my best to get to 500 subscribers on our channel. So enter our giveaway. I'm giving away this game. It's called Bedroom Rendezvous. I'm giving that away to one person, one of the people that subscribe or whatever the case is. So there should be a link on the video or on this audio for you guys to go and enter the giveaway and everything like that. And while you're entering, there's a lot of ways to get more entries, including subscribing, watching videos, becoming a supporter. Any of those things will give you more entries into the giveaway. So yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to remind y'all of. And today is Wednesday, and so that means that tomorrow is Thursday. And tomorrow we're going to be doing an episode of the Communion Girls. Yes, the Communion Girls is doing our second episode tomorrow. Y'all know that that's me and Miss Crystal Fry of none other than A Walk Through the Word with Crystal Fry. Excuse me, I'm saying her title wrong. A Walk Through the Word, Daily Bread with Crystal Fry. Again, y'all can watch episode 1 to get an understanding of why we, how we teamed up and how we ended up with the communion idea. But long story short, if you don't watch that, basically, she got daily bread, I got the daily inspiration, which is the juice, and I'm like, wait a minute, we got the juice and the bread, that's communion. And so that's where all that came from. So now with the Communion Girls, we have this segment or show or whatever that we do. And yeah, so have communion with us tomorrow night at 9. At 9, and everything like that. New episode tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow at 9. Anything else to tell y'all? I think that's it. I think that was it in regards to announcements. So yeah, I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, sharing, any of those wonderful things. And yeah, I hope that this juice encourages you and inspires you, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Before I let you go, I have to let you know that I am now a brand ambassador for BoldFaithCosmetics.com, where faith and beauty intersect. Friends, they have the awesome purpose of wanting to just bring inspiration through makeup. I think that is amazing, and I hope that you all check out their awesome lip colors and so much more. So visit BoldFaithCosmetics.com and use the coupon code MIRACLE for 15% off. That's MIRACLE for 15% off.